What's the most important thing you should know right now? Pick your sign and let's find out about it together. Alright Aries, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Aries should know right now? We have said embrace. Cleaning house. And deep freeze. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Aries should know right now? Here we go. We have the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Moon in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor in reverse. Someone doesn't want to take action. If we think about the opportunity to bring a connection to the next level, represented by the Four of Wands, there can be sadness linked to the Four of Cups. I feel that you can play the role of the kid in the card. The Ace of Cups is your offer in favor of a vision about the future that you thought could have been built together with your person, but at the same time, a vision that was held back by the hesitancy or the reluctant approach coming from your person. They can be the man that we see in the Four of Cups. In this case, I do not feel that this connection has been challenged by interferences. The Three Cups factor is about what the two of you shared so far. Important connection. You have had a lot of lovely moments together, but now it seems that you do not like the effort, the Eight of Pentacles. You can even say to your person that you feel like you have been the only one actively working in favor of this connection to move forward. I feel that there can be a reckoning between you and your person. Moon in reverse. Be honest with me. I feel that some of you can say that, because if you pretend that everything is fine, the connection can go colder and colder, deep freeze. Instead, we need to clear the air. The Cleaning House Oracle card is interesting because it can be the opportunity to lay down all the cards on the table in order to figure things out, but there is a small door slightly open in the card, and so there can be the opportunity to move in a different direction if you realize that your person is not available to work with you. Look at all the tools that we have hanging on the wall in the Four of Cups. Misunderstandings between you and your person have prevented this connection from the opportunity to find the best possible alchemy in order to manifest positive results. Maybe some of you want to get married. Others of you maybe want to bring more stability in favor of your connection. There is something that has been hidden consciously by your person, but now, because of the Moon in reverse, what was kept hidden is about to come to light. The question becomes if you are going to like what you hear from your person. I feel that there can be a clash of perspectives if we pay attention to the Black Cat and the Black Panther in the reflection on the water, and if you realize that your person only wants to kick the can a little bit forward without finding common grounds with you in the best possible interest of the connection, I feel that you may not like that, and you can re-evaluate your options when it comes to this situation. In this case, it's like there can be one final offer coming from you in favor of your person. If they blink, as it seems to be the case, because of the Four of Cups, they can lose the connection. Because it is possible that you can get tired of working for a situation that is not fulfilling your expectations, and it is fair to say that your expectations have been extremely high when it comes to this connection, because maybe you and your person have been together for a meaningful amount of time. I want to repeat myself, there is a reckoning that is just around the corner, and your person will not have the privilege to hide from a conversation that the two of you should have sooner rather than later, and then you will go from there. But it is fair to say that this connection is at stake, and you will have to decide what you want to do about it. Alright, Aries, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Taurus, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Taurus should know right now? We have wide open, one ring circus, and the sacred pool. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Taurus should know right now? Here we go. We have the Four of Cups in reverse, the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands in reverse. I feel that you can be the queen, man or woman, doesn't matter, but you have been dealing with a challenging person lately, and now there can be the opportunity to make a final decision about this connection. The situation has been stuck for a while. It was like you and the other person were running in circle, one ring circus, without making real progress when it comes to the connection. Someone can decide to open up. Someone can manifest a shift, which can be extremely positive and beneficial to the future of this connection. So there is a manifestation of healing as well, if we follow the Sacred Pool Oracle card. I like the Wide Open Oracle card because for me it's like the Three of Wands. Bright future ahead after some struggles, so this can even be encouraging. I like the Four of Cups in reverse, usually an energy about a closed off approach, someone that is out of reach, someone that can be unavailable or unwilling to do certain things. I feel that you played the role of the kid in the card for quite some time. It's like your person was not paying attention. So if we come back to the Queen of Wands in reverse, passion, chemistry, desire, attraction are not the factors that can push this connection forward at this point. We need more. We need more practical elements. Elements that we can link to the Three of Pentacles. Luckily, we got the energy upright. So the openness that comes from the Four of Cups in reverse, someone that is finally willing to listen, number one, and someone that is finally willing to cooperate, can unlock the chance to manifest Magician, the Three of Pentacles energy, if we think about the opportunity to build stronger foundations for this connection. There is a window open in favor of this opportunity. And this is encouraging, because if we follow the Two of Pentacles in reverse, we can basically leave behind a stuck situation. Maybe for a while your person didn't want to make a decision in favor of the opportunity to move things forward in the connection with you. Now, I feel that for some of you there can be an ultimatum or something along those lines, but for others of you there can truly be an honest conversation in order to figure things out, in order to understand what can be possible for the two of you to do in favor of this connection. And if a person is willing to listen, there can be high chances to learn and understand how a situation can be developed positively. So, a stuck/stagnant situation can be pushed forward positively because someone is not willing to wait anymore and the other person can wake up as a consequence. The Magician is a call to action. I feel that you have been ready to manifest the energy for a while. Now you can be asked to lead by example. The connection has what it takes to be successful if we follow all the aces involved in the Magician. Your person has to put in the work, the effort. They have the potential to do so. You may have to guide them so that the connection can develop in the most balanced and reliable way possible. At the same time, the opportunity to keep the flame of passion and attraction alive can help this connection to take multiple steps forward in the best possible interest of the situation. So it is fair to say that things are going to change, yes. There is a transformation available, yes, but it can be for the better. And it's like the two of you will have also the opportunity to learn how to manifest positive things, like the A-team. So the one ring circus that maybe was about the stubbornness of a person to keep a connection as it was, now can become a positive cycle, positive new cycle, let's say, in order for a connection to thrive, because there is true cooperation available, and also two people that want to manifest positive things together. And this can be an absolute plus. Alright, Taurus, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Gemini, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Gemini should know right now? We have Peaks of Joy, Rock Bottom, and Encouragement. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Gemini should know right now? and we are ready. So we got the Judgment, the Eight of Cups, the Five of Wands in reverse, and the Six of Cups in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have the Temperance. This is about the opportunity for you to take the higher road. So a situation hit rock bottom. There was a major disappointment for you. Let's see if the card can stay in place. There was a major disappointment for you when it comes to a situation with someone that played an important role in your life. We got the Six of Cups. Unfortunately, we got the energy in reverse. So we can say that an important connection that has been a source of joy and excitement for quite some time suddenly changed its colors. There were a ton of misunderstandings involved in the situation. I am looking at the Five of Wands. We got the energy in reverse, so this is positive. It means that you will have the opportunity to leave behind meaningful struggles, but there is a price to pay. And the price to pay seems to be about a completion, a separation that cannot be avoided. For a while, you tried to turn a blind eye on some flaws involved in the connection with your person. I feel that you were genuine in this attempt. It was not a desire to run away from some problems, but it's like you and your person stopped working together, and that's why the connection at some point hit a wall. The Judgment is a final decision. In this particular version, we see a young lady that is willing to move on, kinda by embracing a different road. I feel that your person can try to say that the two of you should stick together. This one doesn't seem to be an option anymore for you. The Eight of Cups reinforces the final decision that comes from the Judgment, the final decision about the opportunity to get out from the rut that we see in the rock bottom oracle card. The encouragement that comes from these energies is the one related to the opportunity to put a closing point on a situation that can bring more challenges to your everyday life than satisfactions. A lot of memories involved in the situation, but there can be the awareness, judgment, that the connection cannot live in the past. Six of Cups in reverse. So the genuine touch that comes from the gesture that the kid is doing in favor of the little girl in the card cannot be manifested anymore in this connection because too much confusion took a toll on the connection. Maybe even opinions coming from people outside of the situation or out of the situation. We have a boiling pot in the Five of Wands. The energy can be about gossip. The energy can be about competition, maybe. The energy can be about indecision or confusion. Or maybe the energy can describe someone like your person that doesn't really know what they want and how to show up positively in favor of the connection with you. So it's like you truly wanted for this connection to go with the flow if we pay attention to the river in the Eight of Cups. But because this is not possible anymore, you have to be real and you have to take the higher road. It means that you can leave behind a connection that was a source of satisfaction for you in the past, but now doesn't represent anymore a situation that can fulfill your expectations. I feel that there can be the opportunity to have a conversation with your person in which, in an extremely calm and mature way, so no arguments, no fights, no discussions, you will have the opportunity to let them know that the situation is not the one for you anymore, and maybe in front of a cup of coffee, you will get the chance to let your person know that the connection is over. Because if you try to keep it alive, it's like trying to harm each other, you know, to bring some damage to each other, because no one's happy in the situation, because the alchemy of the connection is not anymore the one that it used to be. I feel that the decision to move on in order to find new balance that can be positive for you moving forward, can be the best possible decision that you can make. Alright, Gemini, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Cancer, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Cancer should know right now? We have Gentle Gardener, Peaks of Joy, and Ride the Wave. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Cancer should know right now? And we are ready. So we got the Judgment, the Three of Swords in reverse, the Empress, and the Chariot. Bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card in reverse, which is an interesting energy if we follow the ones on the table, because it seems that some of you will have the opportunity to face a crossroads represented by the Chariot in this interesting version of the Major Arcana, a crossroads about a potential reconciliation when it comes to a connection that was challenged by some big stuff. Three of Swords in reverse, the energy is positive, but that being said, what happened between you and your person of interest is something that deserves your attention in the evaluation of the opportunity to find a positive growth, a positive development in favor of this connection in the foreseeable future. So why is the Strength card in reverse important? It is important because for me, the energy is linked to virtues like trust and patience. The Three of Swords, speaking in general, can be an energy that we can link to a vow of trust that has been broken, maybe multiple times, or in many different ways, according to the scenario. A lot of memories can be involved in the situation. We have a journal on the bed in the Three of Swords. So there is a history between you and the other person, but there can also be bad blood somehow, some way. And this can influence your decision. What if you see the other person like they are the tornado that we have in the background of the strength card. What if you want to keep the problems, let's say, at bay, because what you went through in this connection is kind enough from your point of view? The other person instead can say that positive things can come in favor of the two of you if you get back together. But are they playing their own kind of music? Are they painting a picture that is almost too good to be true? The Empress can be our gentle gardener. So, do you want to work for this connection? Do you think that you can ride the wave with your person if we think about the chance to overcome obstacles and challenges? Your person can say that it is possible, but what do you think about that? The Judgment can be an energy about second chances and reconciliations. Yes, we got the energy upright, so it's like your person thinks that there is a chance. Do you still have patience in favor of this connection? Do you think that it can improve? Do you think that the lessons have been learned, especially by your person, but maybe even you had to learn something important about this interaction? The Empress that we see in the card is pregnant. Your person maybe can talk about that topic if we think about plans for the future. Others of you maybe are already a parent, and the other person can be the other parent of your kid. So, is the decision to get back together a positive one, a wise one, even in the best possible interest of a kid? That's why the crossroads, the Chariot's crossroads, is crucial. The lady is kinda unsure about the decision that she should make. What's the best direction moving forward? I feel that the black signpost, can be the opportunity to give this connection another chance. The white signpost can be the opportunity to move on. What is the decision that makes you more comfortable with yourself? This is the question. Because if you think about a reconciliation and you hesitate to say yes immediately, it means that there are some factors that can make you question the opportunity. At the same time, if you think about the chance to move on completely in order to turn the page and you come to a realization just like that, with the snap of the fingers, maybe that new chapter is the one that you should pursue, and your person may have to give up the connection with you, even if they do not really want to do that. But the past cannot be erased. The past between you and your person is a factor that can influence the decision of a person to give a connection another chance. I cannot tell you what to do, but I feel that if you went through a lot with this person, it means that you already gave them a couple of chances and this person couldn't make the best out of them. So do they deserve another chance? Alright, Cancer, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Leo, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Leo should know right now? We have one ring circus, details, and deep freeze. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Leo should know right now? What's the most important thing for Leo? Here we go. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse, and the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the single lady, looking for a fair companion. I am looking at the Eight of Cups in reverse because it can be about two things. Number one, it's not the right time for some of you to leave behind a connection that at the end of the day is falling short. Two of Cups in reverse. Number two, for others of you, there can be someone from your past that may reach out, someone that can come back after a meaningful window of time of silence between the two of you, deep freeze. The Oracle card can also represent a perception that some of you are getting about let's say, a fairly young connection with a person of interest that is not living up to the expectations. The Two of Cups in reverse seals the fate of this situation, if you ask me, because usually we can say that it is the chance to grow together with a special person. The energy in reverse doesn't leave much space to that type of progression. I feel that some of you can find the courage to make a decision in order to get unstuck from a situation that is not the one for you. So if we think about a struggling young connection, for some of you, the One Ring Circus Oracle card can describe the fact that it was your person of interest that was calling the shots about this connection, and maybe you didn't like that. So it's like the colors of the connection changed all of a sudden. You paid more and more attention to the details. You got your clarity. So this is positive. Of course, there is a price to pay. The price can be the one to leave a situation behind. So it is not yet the right time. Eight of Cups in reverse, but there is the opportunity to manifest the Eight of Swords in reverse, which is positive. Let's break free from an overwhelming situation for our mind, number one, but also for the interactions of our everyday life, because maybe we are not comfortable and we prefer to be single in order to find a better situation. It's like you know where you want to be moving forward, and maybe the plans that you can have do not match with the plans of your person of interest. It is fair to say that they will try to keep the situation alive because maybe they do not like to lose if they resonate with the Emperor. If we think about a challenging new connection, the odds are not in favor of the situation to stand. It is instead more likely for you to make a final decision, to put a closing point on this connection in order to find someone better down the road. And this is an encouraging thought. If you ask me, your intuition can play a role in that process as well if we pay attention to the little bird in the Eight of Swords. If we think about a former partner, a former lover, it seems that they can come back. Eight of Cups in reverse. Now, if they went for greener grasses, but that was a poor choice coming from them, it is not said that you are going to welcome this person back in your life like nothing happened between the two of you. On the contrary, you can keep your door shut when this person reaches out. from the deep freeze can be difficult to warm up the situation once again. 8 of Swords in reverse, positive for you. You do not want to be held back by a connection with this person anymore. It is fair to say that the other person can try to explain to you the reasons that can bring them back. It's like they can be, or they can say they are more mature. The Emperor for me can be the one that knows how to transform a plan into action, but even in this case, it is not said that the plan between you and the other person is the same. So if you are aware of the fact that the Two of Cups cannot be manifested anymore in favor of this connection because the other person is not a fair companion for you, you will take action when it comes to the situation, but in order to keep moving forward. And the other person will have to accept your decision because it is highly possible that your decision is well justified by precise reasons that can be linked to the past, to the memories that you collected along this connection. It seems that you may get an apology, you may even get an offer of reconciliation, an offer of peace. I want to say that when that offer comes to you, it can be left on the table because you are not going to pick it up in order to accept it, and your person will have to live with that. Alright, Leo, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Virgo, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Virgo should know right now? We got Wizard of Awareness, Coming to Life, and Field of Dreams. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Virgo should know right now? The most important thing for Virgo. What is it? Here we go. We have the Empress. We have the King of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. And the Judgment. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Cups. This is an interesting energy. There is a major decision that you will have the opportunity to make. There is going to be a conversation with an important person in your life. The topic of the conversation can be this one. Where is our connection going? I see this type of progression for us. What do you think? And the other person can hesitate. It's like they do not share the same vision, especially if we think about plans for the future when it comes to the opportunity to build a family. The Empress. Wizard of Awareness. You have all the maturity, all the wisdom, all the intelligence that you need in order to understand, figure out if the other person is sold on the idea to bring this connection forward to the next level or not. I am looking at the King of Pentacles in reverse. The energy is not encouraging. If we think about the chance, to manifest a stable partnership in the long run. It's like your person can have commitment issues. But the opportunity to move the connection forward has been a dream of yours. And you felt like it is time for this dream to come to life. But it takes two. And passion, attraction, desire, the physical side of this connection is not enough at this point. We need more. The Empress is the energy of someone that is not going to lower their standards in order to fit in a situation that they do not like. Because maybe there is no real chance to manifest the highest potential. In this case, it seems that between you and your person there is a clash of perspectives when it comes to the roots of this connection, the reasons that can keep the two of you together. Passion, attraction, desire, reciprocal pleasure maybe have been factors that kept the two of you together so far. Now it's like you know that something more is necessary in order to grant more stability in favor of this connection, but your person is pretending they are not listening to what you can say. The jig's up. Judgment. Moment of clarity, moment of truth, final decision, I would say. Yes, the energy can be one about second chances, let's say reconciliations. In this case, it seems that you can point out what you would like to see manifested in favor of this connection, and because your mind is much more clear than your person's mind, you may get disappointed by their feedback. If that happens, it means that they can ask you to stay in the connection as it is, but if that's the case, Eight of Cups, just around the corner. The Eight of Cups is the opportunity to leave behind a situation that doesn't represent a source of true emotional fulfillment. That can be your conclusion, basically. It's like you know that the connection can be way better because there has been potential, but potential is good on paper, then practical effort, practical actions are required in order to manifest a positive development. Your person has been holding back. They have been settling for the bare minimum. I feel that you are not cool with the bare minimum anymore. And so it's a matter of honesty from your perspective. King of Wands, you are going to lay down all the cards on the table. But because your person can hesitate to sign up for the development of this connection, it's like you can leave behind, you can leave your offer to move the connection forward on the table and you can move in a different direction. Then, bottom of the Eight of Cups, I want to show it to you. We have the Tower and the Sun in reverse. The Tower can fall apart because someone is not satisfied, someone is not fulfilled with a situation that is barely acceptable because there is so much more potential available, but someone is not willing to put the effort in favor of it. Final decision. I feel that you can become like the lady that we see in the Major Arcana, someone willing to move on, and there is going to be a transformation represented by the butterfly in the card. Your person can get an outcome that they are not going to like, but this can be the mere consequence of the fact that the expectations that the two of you can have about this connection are extremely different. And it is understandable that you do not want to settle for a situation that is way smaller than the one that you know you can manifest into reality if you find a person that is willing to do the same thing. And this can tell you everything you need to know about the situation. Alright, Virgo, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Libra, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Libra should know right now? We have education, Dragon's Lair, and Ride the Wave. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Libra should know right now? What's the most important thing for Libra? Here we go. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Strength card in reverse, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. Someone is ready to take action. I feel that it's you. Major crossroads, represented by the Lovers. Heart over head decision. About what? About a connection that has been quite powerful for you and your person of interest, but at the same time, the situation didn't really flow positively for the two of you. The Dragon's Lair Oracle card kind of makes the point. If we think about a situation that doesn't really make us comfortable, the reasons can be different, but we can associate those reasons to the Five of Pentacles, and it is positive to see the energy in reverse, but it means that the struggles that can be associated to the card have been experienced along the connection. So shaky grounds, shaky foundations, for me, struggles when it comes to communication. It's like when we get the chance to talk with a person and we cannot understand each other. It's like we are two strangers, we speak two different languages, and we cannot find common grounds. We cannot find solutions to potential problems. And this can compromise the positive development of a connection. At the same time, we see a tornado in the background of the Strength card. The Strength card in reverse can be about a couple of things. I would like to say, in a scenario like this one, no more trust in favor of a person of interest and a connection, no more patience, especially because of the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and then also a desire to move on quickly, because we are not going to hold back. Ride the wave. It can be an encouragement to move on sooner rather than later. I like the Education Oracle card. There is clarity coming out from the book that the lady is reading. This is about you getting to know the other person more and more, but not necessarily in a way that made you like this connection enough. So if you waited for some improvements along this connection, those improvements didn't come your way. That's why now, because of the Seven of Pentacles and the Strength card in reverse, you can say to yourself something like, I do not really want to wait anymore. Especially if you have been dealing with a person of interest that can follow the Emperor if we think about the my way or the highway mentality. And this can be something that is not going to play in favor of your person. The Five of Pentacles in reverse can also describe an active flow of communication, because if the energy upright is about the opportunity to feel left out in the cold with no real communication, I feel that there is going to be a conversation in this case, but you will have to be smart, because your person of interest can truly try to make a fuss about your decision to leave them behind. You will have to be extremely wise and mature. So the best possible thing that you can do is write down a couple of reasons that can be extremely clear in order to explain to your person of interest why you cannot tolerate the alchemy of the connection anymore, and why your decision is not going to change no matter what they can say. This is going to be the crossroads, the lover's crossroads. Yes, the energy can be about a soul-to-soul connection, soulmate type of connection, all right with the labels. The problem or the problems are linked to the struggles that this connection brought to the table for you. Struggles that you explored for a while, and now struggles that you are not willing to tolerate anymore. And this clarity, which is remarkable from your perspective, is going to seal the fate of the connection. And after a conversation, it is fair to say that your door is going to be closed if we think about the opportunity to give this connection another chance. And your person, even if they are stubborn, like the Emperor can be sometimes, will have to accept your decision, because it seems that it's gonna be a final one. Alright, Libra, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Scorpio, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Scorpio should know right now? We have coming to life, balancing act, and sad embrace. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Scorpio should know right now? What's the most important thing for Scorpio? And we are ready. So we got the Six of Swords in reverse, the Temperance in reverse, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Finding out about some secrets that are not going to be pleasant. No victory for you in this situation. Disappointments instead can pop up all of a sudden, but not necessarily out of the blue. Because I feel that some of you had some doubts about this situation and the person that you are dealing with for quite some time. There is the risk to have a discussion, a big fight with someone that lied to you or went behind your back or did something that harmed the foundations of your connection, and because of that, you do not trust this person anymore. Six of Swords in reverse, active flow of communication. High Priestess in reverse, active flow of communication. The two of you are going to talk. The conversation is not going to be pleasant. Temperance in reverse. It can be about two things. Number one, it's gonna be difficult to heal the connection at this point. Knowing what you know, it's gonna be difficult to heal the situation. Number two, it's gonna be challenging for you to keep your cool, but you will have to try your best to do so. You will have to take the higher road, even if what you can find out is going to be something that will disappoint you deeply. Your person is going to try to say that they did what they did kinda because they thought that it was possible for them to handle the situation. This is going to be different according to the deal breaker, so the reason behind the Seven of Swords energy. It is positive to see the energy in reverse because we can think about something that was kept hidden also because of the moon and because of the High Priestess that comes to light. But the problem is that what comes to light can seal the fate of a connection and not in a positive fashion, because there are no rewards available for you in this situation. It's not going to be possible to keep rowing the boat, allow me to say, if we follow the Six of Swords, together with your person. Instead, it's gonna be inevitable to rock the boat in order to completely change the situation. It's like you are not going to be willing to turn a blind eye on what your person did. And if you realize that what your person did is something that compromised for good a vow of trust and honesty in the connection between the two of you, it is understandable from your perspective the decision to drop the situation without looking back. It would be pointless to pretend that the situation can be worked out if we do not trust the other person. The coming to life oracle card is about the information that you can get all of a sudden. But I have to say that these energies are describing someone that is not going to be surprised by what they can find out. It's like you got a feeling. I like the High Priestess in this particular version of the card. There is a tarot reading. There is a crystal ball. It's like at some point you can say something like, I saw this coming. I knew. I had a gut feeling. And there can be some evidence that can be in your favor if we pay attention to all the books in the background in the High Priestess card. Then, if we look at the two candles in the card, there is going to be a choice. There is going to be a crossroads for you. Either you give your person the benefit of the doubt, that seems to be unlikely, or you acknowledge the overall situation, even if it is a disappointing one, and you make the final decision to move on from it. That one seems to be the best possible decision that you can make, because it can be also the opportunity for you to turn the Six of Wands upright in order to leave behind the battlefield, leave behind the struggles related to this connection and this situation, and find a better scenario moving forward. Alright, Scorpio, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Sagittarius, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Sagittarius should know right now? We got Sacred Pool, the Mountain, and the Spark. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Sagittarius should know right now? What's the most important thing? What is it for Sagittarius? Ready to go. We got the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Fool, and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords, a crossroads, a choice, a decision. About what? About a situation that can be perceived like a source of challenges and a touch of anxiety. A situation that cannot really be moved forward because of the Mountain Oracle card. And as a consequence, there can be a desire to drop the anxiety linked to the Nine of Swords. Luckily, we got the energy in reverse, so this is positive. No more worries, no more sleepless nights because of this situation. You did learn a lot about this connection and the person that you have been dealing with in the recent past. I feel that if we look at the Page of Pentacles, the big cloud in the background can describe the misunderstandings and the struggles that you faced along the connection with your person of interest. You got the perception at some point that what was recognized as a spark of interest suddenly became a source of headaches for you. And the plan about the progression in favor of this connection was not really in common between you and the other person. Then it became, or it's becoming, a matter of honesty for you. Because it's like, why should you settle for a situation that you do not like? Maybe you waited before making your decision, but now there is a necessity to manifest this Sacred Pool Oracle card, one about healing. Healing in order to release the Nine of Swords, and this is what you have to do. Your person is going to ask you to give them another chance. They will do that in a conversation Ace of Swords. But the opportunity to give this person another chance can be perceived like a gamble, like a risk. We have a coin flip in this version of the Page of Pentacles card. That's why I like it. The Page of Pentacles for me is the most diligent between the 4 pages. He knows how to do his homework. But in this case, knowing what you know, the opportunity to give your person another chance can truly feel like a gamble, like a risk. And maybe you do not want to do that. You do not want to run that risk. So the Ace of Swords, from your perspective, is going to be a decision from the Two of Swords to the Ace. the young lady in the card is calling in the storm, which is a factor if we think about the misunderstandings between you and your person. The same cloud that we see in the Page of Pentacles can be found behind the lady in the Fool. Look at the excitement. Look at the excitement of the lady in the Fool's card. The chance to leave behind struggles after a decisive conversation, one blessed with truth and honesty from your perspective, and then a new beginning that can be manifested right after. You will celebrate the opportunity to leave behind this challenging situation, this challenging connection, because at the end of the day, it was not good for you. It took a toll on you, and you basically felt all the time like you were facing a mountain that couldn't be moved if we think about a positive development for this connection. The new beginning is going to come in your favor. It's going to feel positively for you. The most important thing seems to be the necessity to handle the conversation in the most precise way possible. You will have to be sharp, you will have to be smart, you will have to be wise. Do not fall for mind games, do not fall for arguments, make your point clear, and then do not allow the other person to manipulate the situation in order to hold you back. Because it seems that that would be counterproductive from your perspective. It would mean settling for a situation that you do not like. Instead, what you can find moving forward can be way better for you, because chances are it will offer you the opportunity to find a situation that can truly be in alignment with the expectations that you can have about the plans that you want to manifest into reality for your own satisfaction. A challenging chapter is about to be over, a new beginning follows right after. As soon as you make your decision, don't look back. Alright, Sagittarius, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Capricorn, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Capricorn should know right now? We got making a choice, intention, and unexpected visitors. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Capricorn should know right now? The most important thing for Capricorn. What is it? Here we go. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Justice, the Eight of Cups, and the Moon. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups in reverse. Someone messed up by avoiding consciously to tell the truth. And I feel that you already found out about it, or you can find out about it. After that moment, which can be unexpected from your perspective and from the perspective of the person that you are dealing with, there is going to be the opportunity to manifest the justice energy, which seems to be a verdict, a final decision, so making a choice. But your decision is going to be offered to your person of interest in a way that is going to be extremely cold. No emotions, no more feelings, just a touch of cold disappointment. And then 8 of Wands in reverse, I do not want to talk with you anymore. But please let me explain. Nana, it's not necessary. Everything is clear. Everything is clear now. The moon is basically describing the fact that someone chose to act in a way that was aimed at the opportunity to confuse someone else. And I feel that this is about your person. They thought they were, maybe they still are, smarter than you and also smarter than they truly are. But they are mistaken in the two considerations. It is possible to say that what your person did can be something that we can associate to a potential betrayal or to a situation that deeply compromised the foundations of your connection if we think about trust, honesty, and transparency. Your person hoped that you were not paying attention. I like the fact that the blindfold in the Justice card for the lady is a little bit over her left eye. So it's like you got a glimpse about something, maybe you struggled to believe it was the case, but at some point you dug deeper into the situation, and what you found out, or what you can find out, can be a decisive factor in order to make a final decision about this connection. The 8 of Cups is basically the final decision. What you may not like are the intentions of your person of interest. At the same time, because of that, your intentions can be clear in order to convince you that the opportunity to move on from this connection and this situation is the best possible choice that you can make. So I find interesting, as always, the shark that we see in the Knight of Cups card, because it can describe your person. Someone that maybe took a chance thinking that it was possible for them to handle the overall situation, but it wasn't the case. And now, because of that, someone that cannot be trusted anymore. So the justice can be a right and fair exchange. Because you cannot find it in this connection, you will have to manifest the energy, even if it means that you have to make a choice in order to end the connection. I also like the fact that the 8 of Wands in this version brings to our attention a tornado. It can be the case if we think about the confusion created by your person. We got the energy in reverse. There can be clarity, basically emerging from the moon energy. You can see clearly what is going on in the connection. You do not like it. You do not want to mess with this person anymore because they are not deserving of your time and attention. You can make your decision. Then you can say, I do not want to talk with you anymore. There is no reason for me to do that. Let's manifest the justice, right and fair decision. Let's move on. The lady in the 8 of Cups, the lady that is flying away in the moon. Let's leave behind a wannabe. This is what I want to say. It's coming to my mind loud and clear. Let's leave behind a wannabe. Someone that thinks to be someone they are not. They think to be better than how they truly are, or smarter than how they truly are. In any case, crossroads, a decisive one, opportunity for you to leave behind the disappointments and the struggles related to this connection. Let's move on. Let's look for the two missing cups elsewhere. This can be the best possible decision that you can make. There is no reason, no necessity for you to argue with someone that is not deserving of your time. All right, Capricorn, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! All right, Aquarius, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Aquarius should know right now? We have cleaning house, compass, and field of dreams. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Aquarius should know right now? The most important thing for Aquarius. What is it? Here we go. We got the Five of Swords in reverse. We got the Moon. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. Bottom of the deck. Temperance in reverse. Running out of patience when it comes to a situation that has been a major pain in the neck for you. Five of Swords in reverse. It is positive to see the energy in reverse. If you ask me, it's the opportunity to leave behind a struggling situation. The Five of Swords for me is an energy influenced by the ego of a person. This can be about the person that you have been dealing with. A lot of misunderstandings between the two of you because of the Moon. Your person can work in this way. Everything you can do, I can do it better. And this is not a positive alchemy for a connection. I feel that you tried to find balance and you kinda prayed a lot in order to be successful in that endeavor, but you couldn't manifest it. You couldn't manifest your desire into reality when it comes to this connection. Now time is accelerating. Wheel of Fortune. Make your choice. This is the message that comes from this version of the wheel. What do you want? Choose wisely as well. Field of Dreams. You have been contemplating a change. You have been thinking about it. You are considering not only a potential progression, but most of all, a way out from a Five of Swords-ish situation. Cleaning house makes the point. It can follow the Eight of Cups. We got the energy in reverse. Not yet at the right time. You have to trust the Wheel of Fortune. Basically, if you did not make your choice just yet about how you want to end this struggling connection, these energies are encouraging you to go within, to face some fears related to the Moon in order to realize that it can be necessary for you to change course, compass. There is a frog in the oracle card, so a leap forward is available. But you have to be willing to make it. And it starts with your intentions. It cannot be just a dream. Your person is going to ask you to stay in the connection. It's like you can say, I am leaving, and they can counterattack. Don't leave. Let's stay together. Come back. I feel that at the end of the day, you can play the role of the lady that we see in the background in the moon. You can fly away. You can move on. But it seems that the time is not right just yet. The encouraging thing comes from the fact that if you realized that your person did something behind your back or acted in a way that disrespected you and the connection, it's gonna be basically inevitable for you to realize that nothing positive can come out of this situation anymore. And maybe you are also dealing with someone that is not willing to take responsibility for their mistakes or poor choices. But if we realize that we are dealing with someone that is not willing to be held accountable for what they do, we have a big problem. We cannot build for the future if we look at the house in the Wheel of Fortune. We cannot fulfill a wish if we think about a long-term partnership. We cannot find a way to honor and heal a connection in order for the two people involved to shine in the brightest possible way if someone is not mature enough to show up positively in favor of the partnership. And if we follow the book in the Wheel of Fortune, lessons have been learned so far. You did learn your lessons, your person not really. That's why the small door that we see in the cleaning house oracle card is going to make all the difference, because as soon as you power through it, the Eight of Cups is going to turn upright. Let's move on. Let's leave behind an unfulfilling situation, because it is pointless for us to keep working for it. Nothing really positive can come out of it. And this can bring relief to you. The opportunity to leave behind the Five of Swords situation and the Five of Swords partner can bring relief to you. And this is going to make all the difference in order to push you forward. And your person will be left behind, kinda with their sorrows, disappointments, but also with their ego. Something that played against this connection. It's almost time for you to make your final choice. And as soon as you make it, you are not going to look back. Alright, Aquarius, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! Alright, Pisces, what's the most important thing you should know right now? What's the most important thing Pisces should know right now? We have goblins. Magic prayer. And the spirit of place. Let's see what the tarot has to say. What's the most important thing Pisces should know right now? What's the most important thing for Pisces? What is it? Here we go. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. The Devil in reverse. the King of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Cups in reverse. We got 4 energies in reverse. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. I love it. New beginning, new chapter of the journey. You have to pay attention to what's around you right now. Spirit of place. Something is different from how it seems to be. Goblins. An energy about perceptions for me. It's kinda like the moon, allow me to say. Illusions, things that are different from how they seem to be. And this is important if we follow the Devil energy and if we follow the King of Swords as well. We got them in reverse. And this is no joke. We are looking at a romantic connection that doesn't work. If it worked in the past, now everything changed, and not in a positive fashion. That being said, it's positive to see the Three of Swords in reverse and the Devil in reverse for this reason. Despite the challenging memories represented by the journal on the bed in the Three of Swords, despite the heartache linked to this connection, there is the opportunity to overcome the situation. It's a process, but it can be done. Magic prayer. Hold on to this energy. It can be extremely helpful. The Devil in reverse is positive because there is the chance to leave behind a problematic cycle. For me, the Devil is an energy about excesses, a situation influenced by behaviors or ways of doing things that can create a lot of problems. And there is a pattern involved with the Devil cycle, a pattern that must be understood in order to break free from the cycle. This is what some of you have already done. This is what others of you are doing right now. King of Swords in reverse. It's another tricky energy, meaning that maybe you have been dealing with someone that can be considered as a negative, toxic, manipulative person, someone deeply dishonest, someone that can twist words, someone that can manipulate every situation to their advantage because they are smart, but they are not fair. At the same time, we can say that for some of you there can be what we can consider like a warning when it comes to the interaction with your person of interest. It seems clear that you do not really want to engage with this person anymore. You do not want to talk with them. If you already made clear the point about your decision to move on from this connection, it would be wiser to avoid any contact with this challenging and problematic person, because they can try to lure you back in the connection. This is something that cannot happen. If instead you still have to have the conversation that can allow you to put a closing point on this connection, you will have to be smart, and it would be wise for you to inform other people, family members, close friends, about the situation. They must be up to date. This is important because they can play the role of the support mechanism in your favor. Ten of Cups in reverse. There is no emotional fulfillment in favor of this connection. If there was, there isn't anymore. This is clarity. This is the realization that this connection doesn't exist anymore. Only disappointments, sadness, and regrets can be found if we think about this situation, because even the good memories of the beginning have been swept away by the heavy energies related to the devilish cycle. The Fool is the energy for you. Bottom of it, we see the sun. Inner happiness, the sun for me, the clarity of a person to understand where their inner happiness truly is and how it can be pursued and amplified more and more along the journey. You can do that by manifesting the Fool, a new beginning, leave behind the clouds related to your person of interest. They are not a positive figure. The connection took a toll on you. The other person had a negative influence. The situation must be released. You can do that. These energies are your sign to manifest this powerful change. Move on. Move forward. Don't look back. You will find relief and you will find joy, new joy, with new people, but also with your tribe, your close friends, your family members that want the best for you. You cannot find that very best if you stay in this connection. And the sooner you put a closing point on it, the better it will be for you. Alright, Pisces, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye!